particular live stream, but y'all knew I was definitely going to make sure I did this live stream. This is another one of those live streams that I definitely wanted to put out to you all, for the content and for the information as well. I'm learning just like you all, especially the topics that I pick. I speak from experience, of course, but also it's good to see that most of the things that I speak about have a history. Just like most things in life have history. It's nothing new under the sun, some will say. In this particular topic right here, obviously, it's nothing new under the sun. A term that was actually from 1945. But before we get into that, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Uh, Thank you. Share this video. Share the channel. Appreciate everybody that's been watching the videos. Really means a lot. Definitely means a lot. We're gonna pull up the title in a little bit. Make sure I get it right for y'all. Thank you again for all the support. I truly appreciate that. Thank you. Culture vultures, why they exploit trends and how to spot them. So we look at the term culture vultures. You all know, um, before I like to go into these live streams, I like to get some context and do some definitions, and so we can familiarize ourselves with certain terms for the live stream, and culture vulture being one of them. I tell y'all before, I like the AI overview from Google. It just gives you a great description of whatever it is that you're looking for and puts it right there for you to just in so many words. It's not nothing long drawn out. It's a great summary basically. So a culture vulture is a person who is excessively interested in the arts, music, and theater. The term can also refer to someone who consumes cultural offerings in an excessive or pretentious way. And that's by AI overview by Google. And they have examples of it. Someone who takes their children to every museum in town, someone who is very interested in art, music, and theater, someone who steals traits, language, and or fashion from another ethnic or social group, someone who sets up shop in an industry they don't belong in to make money. The history of the term. So remember at the beginning of this live, I was just mentioning that the culture vulture term goes back years, all the way back to 1945, where they're giving reference to it. The term first recorded in 1945 through 1950. Uh, it may have originated with Ogden Nash, who wrote in 1931, "There is a vulture who circles above the carcass of culture." An American poet wrote that in 1945 about the vultures and what you should look out for. 1945. That's how long people have been peopling as far as, when it comes to the culture and things, happening so fast. And now that we got technology, it's even at a more rapid rate when we see people just indulging in culture that they don't pretty much care for, but they entertain themselves with it and disrespect it. And the people who are the originators of the culture just be so easy to give it away. Some may say inviting people to the cookout. I just never understood why people of the community invite people to the cookout so fast like that. It's no screening involved, any of those things. And I've said all these in past live streams. So what I'm saying is for first time viewers that's watching this, I've said this in previous live streams. So make sure you check out my previous live streams where I give you more of an in-depth breakdown of what it is that I speak about. But when we're talking about culture and what's original, it shouldn't be something that people just willingly throw away or give away so easily. It just makes no sense. Michelle, what's going on? BLGR, Katera, Skeptic. Um, Shouts out to the chat. Shouts out everybody that's watching the live stream right now. But when we're speaking about culture, it's especially when it's created from the ground up by the originators, where all the soul, people put all the blood, sweat, and tears that went into, you know, developing it to be what it is, only for people of that culture to want to give it away so fast, or have, guests disrespected and be so surprised when it gets disrespected, because there was never no respect there in the first place. And some people really don't even have the ability to read the room, because I guarantee it would not be that easy to move around in different other cultures. I promise you. There's going to be some screening involved. People need to know who you are. Yeah, cultures do change with time. That is for sure. But I'm speaking as in the instance of the people who are visitors disrespecting the culture. It should always be a respect, especially when you have people giving the invitations that's of the culture. And this was something that was from 1945 that was said. That term is from 1945. Just letting you know that it's really truly nothing new under the sun. And I appreciate everybody that's watching the live stream right now. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I appreciate your subscription. Share this live stream, share the channel. This is OSD Live Reloaded. We talking. Um, Ogden Nash, a person of a key player, and someone that, had a hand in originating the term culture vulture, an American poet. They said that he's thought to have originated it because him using that in a poem he wrote named Free Willing. Excessive interest in the arts. A person who takes excessive interest in the arts. And they said also, a person who disrespects it in so many different ways. The culture being and we see it all the time. We see it in so many different lanes of entertainment. What we do right here, as far as content creating, we have a lot of dope content creators that's on the YouTube platform, and you just see so many vultures. It's a whole lot of vultures. You have other content creators that don't mind the vultures being around and stealing from them, because they don't have no problem with that, because they want to be down. Then you have the ones on the other hand who stand on business and ain't going for none of that, because they putting their blood, sweat, and tears into the content. They keeping it original. They keeping it them. They're not going for that. And again, why I do these live streams? I do these live streams to bring some sense of awareness, because I really believe it's not enough of it going around. And people come to YouTube, people go to TikTok, people go to Facebook, people go to Twitter. They go to all these different platforms for some kind of information. So, I thought it would be very methodical to go and do a live stream like this on a vertical live stream, especially on YouTube. The videos get pushed out further. They're in a port. Well, how can I put it, in a ratio of set up like reels, or set up like shorts, or set up like a TikTok, so it gets pushed out faster, because it's just a simple swipe. And you're on to another live that's vertical. So I thought a live stream like this would be very, very um, helpful, in this format. especially when you're talking about culture vultures, a term that everybody's familiar with and sees every day. It's just all about recognizing it and knowing how to navigate and not let it interrupt anything you got going on. Again, just bringing sense of awareness. And to know like this term was from 1945 is is even more amazing. Like when that's why I was saying at the beginning of the live stream, I'm learning with you all. Because when I actually went to go look up the term, I was just like, man, that's crazy. It's crazy from 1945. And the only reason you have the culture vultures and they have that sense of comfortability, like they're just so comfortable saying the things that they say and moving the way they move because it's people of the community that okays them to speak in that manner. Yeah, yeah. So I usually do vertical live streams like this, where I'm just, generally giving a live stream with some kind of topic, like right now, discussing culture vultures and stuff. But I usually do the horizontals live streams, speaking on different topics as well. But like I've said before, the YouTube vertical live streams they go a lot further because of just the format in itself. So yeah, makes sense. Make sure everybody make sure you sub up to the channel. If you come across this video, we will discuss topics like this all the time. Like I've always said, I did push this live stream out. I kept pushing it out, pushing out, pushing out, pushing out, pushing out. Maybe 4 days, maybe five. I think it maybe 4 days, but I definitely wanted to make sure I did this live stream. Definitely wanted to make sure I did this live stream. It says a person who can still traits language. Definitely we see that today. Culture vulture still in the lingo. Somebody that's straight original. Got their own lingo, got their own style, got their own spin on how they whatever art form they use, whether it be theater, um, music, fashion. It's a whole lot of things. Uh, People steal it. That and they say usually from another ethnic or social group in order to create their own identity. Because that's what it comes down to at the end of the day, identity. It's about the identity, how they want to look and appear to the people that's of the culture that they're stealing from. And majority of the time using that as a means to try to disrespect the person of that culture that they stole what they stole from. It's crazy, man. That's why I say protect your peace. If you got a great thing going, as far as whatever it is you do, whether it be music, sports, fashion, don't let nobody put a ceiling on you, and also be aware of your surroundings because there's people that just would like to be around you just to steal your energy, steal your aura, steal your ideas, even. And culture vultures, they come in a lot of different forms. You just got to be mindful when one's around you by being able to identify when one is around you. That's all it comes down to. But I wanted to leave y'all with that word today. I appreciate everybody that's been showing support to the videos, watching the playback, hitting the like button, leaving a comment, hitting the subscribe button. I greatly appreciate all of it. Shout out to all the current and new subscribers. This is really a dope journey I'm on YouTube. Another go around. For those that's familiar with my content with my other channel, Also Dope Live, sub up to that one, OHSODOPELIVE. Sub up to that channel. Great content on the way for that one. Did my first video for 2025 on that channel. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. Of course, sub up to this channel, OSD Live Reloaded, where we do reactions, do videos like this, personalize it, where we speak on different topics. We do interviews. We got people come up, share their thoughts and opinions. To me, that's what I think drives the content when you just hear the mind of how people think, and then how they look at different situations. So it's just all a great thing, just creating this content. I told you all in videos, I'm in producer mode. I'm in my bag right now. I got my producer hat on. I got a vision on how I like to see videos go, and it goes that way, you know, because I got a plan. I see a certain structure for how things should go, and that's what I think is important. Just having a plan, having an idea. Sometimes it's good to go in and freestyle, and the content you get is what you get. But if you got a plan, it goes a lot further. T Cat, what's going on? Shouts out to T Cat Commission Vision Diva. What is up? Yeah, shouts out to everybody who's been supporting me on this journey. The channel is growing. People are definitely noticing some of the videos. It's just a great situation. It's really a blessing just to be able to be here and do this for y'all. I respect any content creator that can do live streams and live broadcasts because we know anything can happen. We know anything can happen, especially how the content goes and what's being spoken about. And the support is everything. So shouts out to all content creators that have the ability to do live streams. There's other content creators that rather do the uploads, which is no knock to them too, because I like doing uploads too. But live streaming is a whole different sandwich. Halima, what's going on? Shouts out to Halima. What's going on, Roll Rich? Man, Roll Rich, I've been multi-streaming, man. Where you been at? I've been multi-streaming over here, man. These last few days been multi-streaming, man. I've been on 4 platforms well, 3 platforms at one time. Yeah, I've been multi-streaming, man. I enjoy the multi-streaming for sure. Definitely been multi-streaming. Shouts out to everybody that's been watching the different platforms and the VODs and stuff. Shout out to Twitch. Shout out to Kick. We've been doing the multi-streams. I've been having the topics for y'all we've been discussing. I mean, I get it, but it's still all the same thing. But I'm doing a whole lot of other different platforms. YouTube is a great platform. Like when I look at YouTube, like I told y'all, YouTube is just a great platform for information. Like I truly like information, when it comes to a platform. And YouTube is definitely, that platform for information. TikTok is too. TikTok is very informative. And that's a platform that I definitely like to, familiarize myself with. Um, I got a few TikToks, but I'm not really big on TikTok like that. But I respect it though, and that's cool they didn't ban it because they didn't need to ban TikTok. Everybody mess with TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, YouTube is YouTube. TCat, you say you don't like doing live streams? Team Truck in the building. What's up, Team Truck? Yeah, TCat. Live streaming it's an acquired taste. I'll say that. I can see live streaming being an acquired taste. It's definitely not for everybody. It's one of those situations. If you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. If you don't, then don't mess with it. Like if you feel yourself having to force yourself to like live stream and like do this, then yeah, 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna roll over so well, you know. Especially if you feel it. Like This might not be for me, or you got to second guess it. Because things that you definitely want to do, you ain't even gonna think about it. It's just gonna be a go, and you're gonna make it do what it do. You say you just drop content and go. Yeah, I don't blame you. You know, that's why I would say I don't knock anybody that does the uploads. I respect the uploads for sure. You know, the uploads, they go a long way too. You know, if you especially the type of video you uploading, you know what I'm saying? Like going down that rabbit hole on YouTube, those DIY videos, them joints gonna go, you know. So definitely, you know, and that's just an example of just videos. But yeah, the uploads is that's the OG. You know, that's what how YouTube started. You know, uploads. You know, you had the upload on YouTube. You know, that's why you see all some of the same OGs from YouTube still on YouTube because you know they was from that era. Yeah, yeah. Y'all already know who in the building. Infinity Killmonger in the building. Yeah, my guy right there. Infinity Killmonger in the building. Chilling. Oh yeah, Halima, yeah. YouTube University. YouTube University every time. Man, listen, YouTube University win every time. Like YouTube University, if it's anything you want to know, that's why I say YouTube is just such a top tier information platform. Like it's not anything you can't not learn from YouTube. It's just so many videos. It's just so many people with knowledge and information. You know, it just all depends. It's just the typing of the keys. And again, that goes back to what I was saying about Google. Like Google just being a super brain. Like it gets, you know, somebody somewhere as I'm talking is typing and searching in something and sending it to Google, and Google, the gears is always turning. Dangerous thing. Real crazy when you think about it. Yeah, editing too. Man, I remember one time the video wasn't no more than like 4 minutes, and that video took me out a couple of hours just editing. I was like, man, but I was just so satisfied with the final product. I respect people who enjoy the editing process. I do respect people who really, really enjoy editing videos because that whole process, it ain't for the weak. And I don't mind editing, you know, that's something I never mind doing. Cause my whole thing is like you can have a super, super duper edited video and it don't do nothing. But then if you got like a video just like simple, simplicity is complexity. That's like how I look at stuff. It do numbers. Straight to the meat and potatoes, hook, line, and sinker. As soon as the person look at the video, it's a go. Especially if you got like a captivating presence or aura, like when you speak and stuff, like it's gonna go. YouTube gonna push it. It's just gonna be a whole lot of things happening for that video. Like I've seen it, and that's usually what platforms do with videos that they think got the potential to perform really well, you know, in the algorithm and for analytics too. Yeah, definitely, Halima. Oh yeah, for sure, man. Listen, it's never wrong being a student of the game. I'm one of the people I never, had a problem being a student of the game. Especially. But the thing about it and how I look at the game, I look at the game for different reasons, and that's why I think everybody else should look at the game for different reasons. If you're looking at the game from somebody else's perspective instead of your own perspective, then you ain't gonna really get the game. But if you looking at game or trying to get information and stuff for the reasons that you're trying to get the information for to improve whatever it is you're trying to work on, then it'll be much more effective. That's how I look at it. I don't mind getting information from different sources about other things, but I still got in mind on what it is I'm trying to do, where I'm trying to go, where I'm trying to send like my content and how I'm trying to grow as a creator. So I keep all that in mind and don't deviate from that because that's what I'm doing in the first place. I can't have the vision from somebody else. I gotta have my own vision. And that's why I encourage all content creators to do. Appreciate you stopping by, T Cat, and typing in the chat and sharing your thoughts. I hope you have a good rest of your day, sending nothing but positive vibrations your way. AI is already starting to change the editing game. It's a situation now where you can upload a video and they'll already have a preset to a certain editing a sequence to a video, and you just can go through it and see if you like the transitions of it, if you like the filters, if you like where they made certain cuts to kind of make the whole content flow. And whatever you don't like, you can pretty much edit that and then boom, So yeah, AI changing the game, and that's what technology gonna do. I definitely believe that's what technology gonna do. Anyway, the more and more we keep living and the more and more we keep typing in Google and making Google smarter by the millisecond, technology gonna go every time. Like I truly believe that. But AI, like I like AI. Some people that's especially like in the marketing field and advertising and the graphic design field. Some people might not like the change, especially that was used to actually before there was an AI, I should say. But then you have graphic designers that don't mind the AI because that does make their job that much easier, and they can hit a wider range of different things that they want to do with their creativity because of the AI capability. So I get it too. It's all again what it is that what you're trying to do. So I definitely understand that. But yeah, I think AI is just one of those really life changing things that's going to happen. Whether we're ready for it or not, because it's already here. Is it a deep seek? Let me see. Oh, Chinese artificial intelligence company. Okay. All right. Yeah. So, oh, okay. I see they got. I'm gonna check in the news section and see what it actually says. Oh, he went from stock trader to AI star. This was the New York Times that wrote about him. Man, so much going on. Yeah. I said it was the New York Times. Yeah, it's mind blowing. Definitely mind blowing. Oh, the U.S. Navy bans the use of deep sea due to security and ethical concerns. Oh. I think that's what they was trying to ban TikTok for as well, saying that it was the information. I'm trying to tell you, it's about the information, man. It's just about the information. The information is out there, and it depends on what information you're trying to get, because it's information that's accessible. And then when that information, you know, people start recognizing that that kind of information is accessible, then that's when they like, nah, even though it was out in the first place. Wow, man, it's a whole article on this deep seek AI technology. And I always go back to the Navy. The Navy is crazy, man. And all that stuff that just go on within the U.S. Navy is Navy crazy. Well, I ain't gonna say crazy, but there's always a lot of crazy stuff going on with the Navy, I should say. That's what I should say basically. Like, not that the Navy's crazy, but always crazy things going on within the Navy. The government, it always goes back to the government, but that's a whole nother story. But I definitely appreciate everybody that pulled up to the live stream. As you can see, we talked about culture vultures, but the conversation ended up segue into something else, which is always good too. I like a good, healthy dialogue with you all that's watching. Um, I just appreciate everybody that just be supporting, watching the videos, hitting the like button, sharing their thoughts and opinions. Thank you. It means a lot. The growth wouldn't be happening without you playing a part as well. I definitely appreciate, making this content and you all sharing your thoughts like always. Again, that's what I want, to invoke conversation, to invoke thought, because it's platforms where people aren't able to share their thoughts. And that's a platform that I definitely didn't want to have. I always want to keep my open line of communication open and or available for anybody that want to come up and share their thoughts. I got to get back into the habit of doing this. I do it, but I forget every time I go live. So, like right now, me being live for almost over 30 minutes, the link is available in the community, my community page. So the link for this live stream is available for anybody that like to be a panel guest on this live stream right here. It's always available. It's always available. I always make sure the link is available, but I forget every time I go live to promo it and let you know it's available. But it's always available. Excuse me. Shouts out to Charles Adderley. What's up, bro? Let me say you saw my recent video posted on my community page. Yeah. And that's another thing I want to say too. I see people be speaking on certain entities, and it's all of a sudden, uh, um, uh, how can I put it? I'll just say this: I see people speaking on certain entities and holding, certain entities to some kind of regard up here on online and you know, cyber world, YouTube per se. And it's crazy, man. It doesn't make any sense at all why anybody would conduct themselves like that, especially when, you know, everybody has free will. has their own mind and to think their own thoughts and shouldn't have nobody thinking for 'em. So when I do the videos that I do, I be really giving my perspective and putting on display why I'm giving, my thoughts and opinions and speaking towards the topics I'm speaking to as well. And I'm finding myself now putting the videos back out, just for, viewers like Halima that's never seen it and get that information because YouTube is a informational platform. So why not follow the how can I put it, the foundation of information, because there's so many ways to deliver information. Glad you saw the video too, Halima. Crazy stuff, man. Real crazy stuff. Young Riaz in the building. What's going on, Young Riaz? Appreciate that, Halima. Yeah, and I'm careful with the commentary too. I always want to make sure I get my point across and I'm speaking directly to, the talking points that I would like to speak to. Because I know a lot of times with reaction videos, content creators can veer off and don't hit none of the talking points that they would like to because, they focused in on, a piece of the content that didn't require that much attention instead of speaking to the talking points that mattered in the first place. So as a content creator, you should always be mindful, you know, of to speak to the talking points that you need to speak to, especially if you have a particular topic that you're speaking about. It's important. Yeah, it's just just the little things, content creating that you gotta be mindful about and gotta remember because it is easy to get lost in translation, especially on a platform like YouTube, because there's just so much going on. And that's the thing, Halima. I didn't know the person either. But to hear how that person was speaking on me, I'm like, I don't even know who is this person. And that's why I did the live stream and was just like, this is a weirdo. It's the internet. Prime example of the internet. People can be whoever they want to be on the internet. It's just it's like a free for all on the internet. That's why it's always important for you to be grounded and rooted in something and have some type of structure with yourself. That way entities like per se that particular person wouldn't be able to pretty much have a say, I should say. I'll just say that, or have they can have their thoughts and opinions. People gonna have their thoughts and opinions. It's the internet, but the caliber of people, especially like that energy, that entity like that, it wouldn't even matter. It wouldn't even matter what they say, just because of the groundwork and everything that they've done. The digital footprints, everything is just right there for everyone to see. So that's why when I see entities like that, I let them know off the rip. You know, I don't deal with you. I don't deal with you at all. I don't even want you to think I deal with you. You got to always make sure you got self, man, for sure. Even on the internet, because it's still you. And me being a content creator that's stand behind all my work, you definitely always have to be mindful of what you say on the internet because it's just a place where things get twisted and tangled all the time and taken out of context, especially by people that don't have the mental capacity to understand where you're speaking from in the first place. So you just always have to be mindful of what you say. That's just what it is. And that's just how I look at everything. So You have content creators that might look at it, how I conduct myself up here. Oh, so dope, so, and I'm completely fine with that. At least you just know I hold myself, you know, responsible because I'm a responsible person, So as long as you know that, I'm perfectly fine with that. You can have your thoughts and opinions. That's what it's about. People supposed to have their thoughts and opinions. It is what it is. But as long as you know when it comes to me, that's what it is. Appreciate that, Halima. That's facts, Charles. Yeah, the internet shouldn't be a place where you go to seek validation. You should already know who you are as a person. That's why I say you should already know who you are as a person. You have your loved ones, you have those people in your corner, that always give you that assurance every time, just as you give them that in return. So you're supposed to know who you are as a person. The internet should never drive you to do anything that's out of your character or, out of your nature or whatever it is that you want to do. The internet shouldn't have that power, especially when you can just go up to the X in the upper right hand corner and click off and go across your threshold and into your reality. That's how, again, that's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. Right. That's what it is. I mean, and again, it's just me sharing my thoughts and opinions and how I look at the internet and of course observing, being in the audience of content creators chats or watching some of their uploads and stuff. And I can see how some content creators fall victim to, letting all types of influence pretty much, take a hand in how they create. And you're gonna always find yourself running into a wall trying to, please everybody. Because while you're trying to please everybody, you're not doing it for yourself, so you just have no direction but to go into a wall because it was no direction. You got to know what you're doing it for. You said, what do I say to people who say y'all made me like this? Man, that right there is that's heavy. That's definitely something, mental. That's definitely mental. That's something that a person got to deal with self, to let people online influence them to do things or to say things on video that they normally wouldn't say in their reality, all because that person made them invoke some type of emotion. Again, they gave that person that kind of power to make them respond in the same manner that they responded online, and then to follow up and say, "Y'all made me this way." Oh man, that's some heavy stuff, man. That's some real deep rooted stuff that a person got to get right with themselves within. And again, I know we ain't all perfect, but you still gotta respect self first. You know what I'm saying? It's important you respect self first. Right, Charles. I agree with that too. You definitely got to be respectful with your thoughts and opinions, and that's why I say that's what makes the content to me. When a person can have a conversation with somebody with a difference of opinion, now we can put all the certain talking points we want to speak to and stuff like that. And when it's all said and done, and there's nobody willing to give or anything, then you got to respectfully agree to disagree. It is what it is. Because it's okay for people to have a difference of opinion. The problem always lies with disrespect because people think that's what helps people see it the way they want to see it. And that's never the case. That's should never be the case. That would never be the case, especially as long as it's people with that exercise their free will every day and use their own thoughts and mind when they look at situations. That's going to never be the case. Now you have people that'll definitely go through life and have people thinking for them and having to walk a certain way, talk a certain way. That's what they want to do. But as long as you got people that actually exercise free will, that'll never be the case. You're gonna always get pushed back, especially if that's something that a person don't stand for and they're just not going for because they know who they are as a person. You're gonna always get pushed back. Do you think our social media footprints will affect us in the future? Um, I'll I'll just say in all the digital footprints and the internet being the way it is, I'll just say it is just gonna be online forever. I know it's people that have posted some wild stuff, man. I just seen people post some real wild stuff on Facebook, on YouTube. Just I was like, golly, man. I don't know per se if it affected their future as far as, if they was trying to do something and people pulled videos up and was like, what was you thinking here? This, that, the third. But man, that's why it's just important to just be mindful of what you post and everything. Sometimes social media is new too. Social media is new. Social media is very new. It's super, super new. I'm talking about newer, like when we was coming of age, as far as like the MySpace days, the Black Planet days. Um, is Facebook first hit the scene where it was just for college students. You had to do everything through the college email. You can only inbox people. It was no walls. It was no DMs. Any of that. It was just basic. Facebook was just basic. People were still on MySpace. I still remember that. And even then, I already knew then. Just Facebook being so new, I was like, man, I can't be putting a lot of stuff on this internet like this. Like, of course, pictures and stuff like that. Pictures gonna be pictures, but other than just information or putting everything on my online and stuff like that. I knew that's something I never wanted to do because I see how accessible the internet was, and then to see how it is now as growing more through life and seeing just these phones, tablets, TVs, all this stuff, doing all this stuff and getting all this information. I was like, yeah, I made the right decision not to just put my entire life on the internet. It's just it don't make sense to me. Yeah, real debates, more mental, less emotion. Yeah, people are actually just talking about the argument at hand and not the insults. They're speaking to what they're actually talking to, and not worrying about the bashing because somebody might be getting the best of them in a particular conversation, or they're actually speaking about the topic. So I see that. SBK, what's up, bro? Appreciate you pulling up to the live stream. Definitely a world wide web. It's just a web of just different things. So many people connected to so many different things, man. It's yeah, the internet, man, is just something serious and it's evolving every day. Google, that's why I say Google. Google is evolving every day. It's evolving every day. It's just every few milliseconds. Every millisecond, Google is getting smarter. Just as I typed in DeepSeek, and it ran all these different news articles to me. It's running images to me, even shopping. It might connect me to certain keywords deep, and then they're going into the deep makeup, and skin care, overnight mask, the collagen overnight. Like it's like Google gonna try to put whatever information it can to you in front of you. That's just what it does. It's Google, man. Google something serious. I'm telling you. It's just something serious. Definitely appreciate the dialogue with you all. Always good dialogue when I do live streams. That's one thing I do love about live streams. I like the live interaction. I like when people are sharing their thoughts and opinions, and it makes for good dialogue because 9 times out of 10, I'll have you know a little insight on whatever it is that we're speaking about, especially if it's pertaining to the topic of what I'm talking about. So I definitely like that. That always makes for content to me. Definitely appreciate y'all pulling up to the live stream and sharing your thoughts. For sure. And it always be like that too. Like, for instance, this live stream, the Culture Vultures live stream, I was pushing it back, pushing it back, pushing it back. But I knew I definitely was gonna do it. I knew I was gonna do it. It's not one of those situations where you have to push a live back and then like, you know what, I ain't gonna do that live. Nah, this one of them lives, like I knew I was gonna do it. I knew it was gonna go the way I wanted it to go just because of just the information and just the history behind that term in itself is, it's just mind blowing. Very mind blowing. Just with the information in general, it's just mind blowing. But I definitely appreciate y'all just pulling up and enjoying the shows and stuff. Again, shouts out to all the content creators that can do live streams. This isn't easy. I've been saying it since I've been doing it. But when you've been doing it for a while, it becomes second nature. Definitely becomes second nature. Appreciate that, Halima. Definitely catch the replay. For sure. Yeah, I definitely enjoy doing this, y'all. Love the podcast setting, but vertical live streams, it's more personalized. It's way, way more personalized. But again, appreciate y'all. Um, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're gonna be back again. I don't know if I'm gonna do another live tonight, but I might be back tomorrow. We'll see. I still got a few lives that I want to do, but if not tomorrow, of course Thursday, because I try to do like a Tuesday, Thursday combo throughout the week. But for the most part, I will definitely be live again, and we'll do it. We're gonna definitely multi-stream, on different platforms. Again, I'm on Twitch, also dope live on Twitch, also dope live on Kick, OSD live reloaded on YouTube, also dope live on YouTube as well. Those been the platforms I've been multi-streaming. Um, Vertical live streams I enjoy doing, but the horizontal live streams are the movies. I think the horizontal live streams are the movies. They're just it's like a screen, it's like a screen, and the stage is set, and you got to make it do what it do. Them joints be like movies. Love the horizontal live streams. They like movies, straight up movies. Appreciate that, Halima. I definitely try. Definitely try. You say like vertical live streams, SBK. Yeah, man, the vertical live streams, they dope. But them horizontal live streams, man, them joints like movies, man. And I told y'all I'm in my producer bag now, so got a lot more content on the way, y'all. A lot more content on the way. Yeah, verticals are definitely personalized. It's a live video call. And people just pulling up, sharing their thoughts while you share yours live. Definitely personalized. But I definitely appreciate all the support again. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate y'all subscription. Share this live stream, share the channel, OSD Live Reloaded. Also Dope Live as well. This is OSD Live Reloaded with another live stream. Playback gang, you know what to do. Run it up, run it up, run it up. Thank you again for the new subscribers for subbing up. Shouts out to the current subscribers. It's only up from here. What we 28 days into the new year. Let's go. And shouts out to y'all again. Protect your peace. OSD Live Reloaded. Gone. And shouts out to y'all too. Shouts out to y'all, man. I see y'all in the chat. Shouts out SBK. Shouts out Halima. Shouts out Young Riaz. Shouts out Charles Adderley. Shouts out T Cat. Shouts out Roll Rich. Yeah, man. We out of here.